Live. Yes, we are. We are live. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? It's your boy Jason, man. And the Yankees, man. The Yankees are cooking. Brian Cashman is that dude has a vendetta, man. I'm calling him Santa Cashman from now on because he's making Christmas a lot better for us Yankee fans. So if you've been sleeping under a rock, the Yankees have made a ton of moves this week since the last time we've been together. And first off, let me apologize, man. I was sick. Man, I was sick all week, and then I was running errands, trying to get all these last minute Christmas gifts and decorating and stuff. But that's neither here nor there. We're here now, and we got a lot to discuss. So the Yankees, right? The first move the Yankees did this week was they traded for Cody Bellinger. Now I mean, it's a great move, right? But it's nothing new. We kind of expected this already. We knew it was coming. You know, the money wasn't mathing right. The math wasn't mathing right, but I guess they met in the middle. The first rumors were that Cashman wanted the Cubs to eat $10 million of that contract. They met in the middle at 5. All in all, I think is a great picker for the Yankees, man. Because this dude, look, man, he plays great defense. First of all, he could play first, play center field, and his bat just it's like his bat is just made for Yankee Stadium. Let's look at his spray chart real quick. Let's look at this over here. And this is just 2024. This is a down year. This is how his spray chart will fit in in Yankee Stadium. So if you look over here, right, you see all these outs right here? All these outs, those gray ones, those are all outs. Those are all home runs in Yankee Stadium. Now, granted, he's only going to play 81 games at Yankee Stadium, obviously, but still, a lot of these in in Wrigley Field, this is a double, right? In Yankee Stadium, that's long gone. So I think his bat plays extremely well in Yankee Stadium. It's going to be a great fit, and this is a down year. Now let's look at 2023 because if we get 2023 Cody Bellinger, if we get 2023 Cody Bellinger, it's a wrap. It is a wrap. Look at this chart right here. Insane. I mean, we looking at 30 home runs plus easy for Cody Bellinger. Another thing too, man, the reason why I'm glad with the Cody Bellinger move is because look, the dude wants to be a Yankee. I get it, all the stuff about Giancarlo Stanton and all that and his ex-wife. Look, these dudes are grown men, they're professional. I think that they'll be fine. I'm pretty sure they spoke already. I'm pretty sure they spoke. Demon D, Cashman whipping his hands with the pot. Yeah, man, Cashman's cooking, bro. My man's cooking. And he's in the kitchen right now. Barbara says, welcome back. I appreciate it. I was sick as a dog earlier this week. I had an ear infection. I don't know where that came from. I thought I had a bug in my ear. I kept picking at it, picking at it. I was like, you know what? Let me go to the ER. And they're like, you got an ear infection. I said, oh, great. And I've been busy, man. I got last minute gifts. It's tough right now. It's tough. It's tough. And at the end of the day, Santa gets all the credit. But that's what happens when you have young kids. But anyway, that's Cody Bellinger. Look, great pickup by the Yankees. If anybody's upset about this, I have no idea why. Really, I have no idea why. This is a plus right here. This is the Yankees getting better. All right, with Cody Bellinger. Judge can move back to right field. Dominguez at left. Right now, for right now, Dominguez at left. Right. So the next move the Yankees did, which was out of nowhere, is they traded Jose Trevino. Yankees traded Jose Trevino for Fernando Cruz from the Reds and backup catcher. What's his name? I think it's Jesus Rodriguez. I believe his name is. At the end of the look, he's a backup catcher. We just need a backup catcher for Austin Wells at this point. But the dude Fernando Cruz is a stud, right? If he could get his command in check, that'd be great. But he throws what, like 94, 95, and he has a devastating split finger fastball. His split finger is crazy, man. Let me pull him up here. I believe he throws a slider too. I'm not 100% sure. But Fernando Cruz, look, this is Cashman, man, with the sneaky moves again. Freaking just making the bullpen even stronger, making the bullpen stronger. And in a little bit, we're gonna look at the Yankees depth chart in a little bit. But this is Fernando Cruz. Granted, he had a 4.86 ERA in 2024. He pitched 69 games. That means he's for the most part fairly healthy. I won't lie, I didn't know much about this guy until after the trade, and I started looking into him. His all speed pitches are incredible, man. His split finger fastball is good. His four seam fastball, he's gonna give you 94, 95, which it plays good, It plays good with the split finger. And he has a cutter as well that he doesn't throw as much. But this is a Matt Blake project written all over it, right? This is the kind of guy that Matt Blake can really, really like get his stuff together. So I wish they don't show the walks here. Batted balls, barrels, based on ball percentage, 12.2, bottom seven of the MLB. So that's good. He doesn't walk much. Doesn't walk much. It looks like from here, from what I see here, that he leaves a lot of pitches over the plate. And that's not good when you have a split finger fastball. But I'm pretty sure that the Yankees could work with him. And at the end of the day, look, we already got Devin Williams. We got our bullpen is looking strong right now. It's looking strong. All we need is some lefties. All we need is some lefties. Let's get into some of these. Ace was good. Ace, my man Ace. Cashman is cooking. Yep. The splitter is crazy. Yeah, his splitter is crazy. I wanted to play some of these right now, but I don't want to get copyright infringement, whatever they call it. But yeah, this is a low key move, a low key good move, and we save about $3 million, $2 to $3 million on the books. Low key, I love the move. I don't expect much from Fernando Cruz, right? So anything he could give us is a bonus right now. Look, Jose Trevino, I appreciate everything he done for the Yankees. I love Jose, man. I love Trevino. I really do. But it was time to move on. And that's it. Austin Wells took over that starting catching role. Trevino be lucky if he plays a game a week at this point. So moving him actually benefits him. He could go to the Reds and be a starter there. And hopefully he has a great career from here on out. A great career. And the last move by the Yankees was signing Paul Goldschmidt, the old veteran Paul Goldschmidt. And I'm gonna tell you right now, man, Chris the Flash, right? Chris, I hope you're watching this. Chris the Flash been saying this months ago. Like since the World Series ended, he said the Yankees should take a fly on Paul Goldschmidt. He was the first person saying it. Everybody was like, dude, you crazy, you crazy. And at the time, there was a lot of people on the board. Everybody wanted Christian Walker and all that stuff. And a lot of people don't like the Paul Goldschmidt move. But hear me out, right? Yeah, I'd rather have Christian Walker, right? But on a 3-year deal, 20 million per. And what's to say that he actually wanted to come to the Yankees? He I think he wanted to be in Houston, first of all, right? And the Yankees, they not committed, right? So next year they can go and go after Vladdy, even though I think it's highly unlikely that Vladdy comes to New York. But hey, now we can do that, right? We took a flyer, a 1-year deal on Paul Goldschmidt. And if it works out, great. For 12.5 million, it's a steal. It's a steal. This dude is 2 years, only 2 years removed from a world, MVP. So in 2022, he won MVP along with Aaron Judge. Him and Aaron Judge, supposedly they have a great relationship. Aaron Judge actually reached out to him a couple years back and asked him for some some guidance on his two strike approach. So I think it's gonna work out. And he's a vet. He fits the Yankees. He fits the Yankees better, right? So everybody was like, "Oh, you should have got Carlos Santana instead." And I get it. Carlos Santana, his glove is probably better. His glove is better than Paul Goldschmidt. Not by much. Paul Goldschmidt's still a great defender. Carlos Santana's a switch hitter, but at the end of the day, I think Paul Goldschmidt fits the team better. And that's my opinion. So I think it's a great pickup by the Yankees. Right now, the Yankees are looking great, and we're gonna get into it right now. So we're gonna start with the starting rotation, right? This is what our starting rotation is looking like. I don't know where's Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole, where are you? There you go. This dude. So Garrett Cole, Max Fried, Carlos Rodon, Luis Hill, Clark Schmidt. In whatever order you want to put it. Maybe Luis Hill's the third starter, whatever you want to put it. Are you guys hearing that stuff? But anyway, this rotation right here is probably the best in the American League, if not top two, guaranteed. Guaranteed. Maybe in all of MLB, top three in all of MLB, in my opinion. Yeah, Garrett Cole, Max Fried, Carlos Rodon, Luis Hill, Clark Schmidt. Come on, it doesn't get better than that, man. It does not get better than that. So that's our starting rotation. Now let's look at the infield. Now the infield is not complete, right? The infield is not complete. The Yankees need to get a third baseman or second baseman because they could flip flop Jazz. I'd rather it be a third baseman. I'd rather leave Jazz at second. That's his natural position. I get it. People are like he has a great arm. You're wasting his arm at second. Let's put him where he's comfortable, where he doesn't have to learn a whole new position. But still, you still have the flexibility. If you can't get the third baseman, you go and get a second baseman. So we got Paul Goldschmidt at first, Jazz at second or third, Anthony Volpe at short, Gold Glover, Austin Wells behind the plate. And it's a big hole right now. I think this is the biggest question mark for the Yankees, right? We need that last infielder, whether it's Alex Bregman or I don't know whoever else is out there. A lot of talks are heating up about Nolan Arenado now, especially since we got Paul Goldschmidt, being that they were teammates in St. Louis. I'm not. I think Arenado wants to be a Dodger. Whether the Dodgers will make that happen, I don't know. The thing with Arenado is that he has a lot of money tied up behind him. But the good thing, here's my case for Arenado over Bregman. Right? If it was just a 1 year thing, right? 1 year, who I'd rather have, Arenado or Bregman, I'd say Alex Bregman. But the thing is, Alex Bregman is looking for like 6 to 8 years at $160+ million. That's a lot of money to commit, right? Nolan Arenado, yeah, he's expensive, right? But he only has about 3 years left on his deal. So you're not committing as much. Matter of fact, let's bring that up. Let's bring up his contract. Let's put the infield away. Okay, Nolan Arenado. Right. So his contract ends in 2027. So yeah, so 3 years. 25, 26, 27. 2025, he's making 21 million. And it all depends on the luxury tax. Some teams it's probably going to be around 25 million for the Yankees, being that we're already up there in the payroll. 2026, it comes down 16 million, and 2027, 15 million. So if that was a move, if that was a move that the Yankees were to make, look, I'm not saying that that's not the plan A move, but it's only 3 years. If the Cardinals could eat some of that money, then it makes it a little better. Um, Alex Bregman's gonna want a lot of money, man. He's gonna want at least like 170. I think the whatchamacallit, the Astros offered him, what was it, 6 years, 150 something million, something like that. And he said no to that. That means he either wants an extra year or more money. And that's a lot. It's a huge commitment for the Yankees. Now they could go get Arenado or go try to get another third baseman in the trade market. Or they could give one of the kids a chance, go into spring training and say, hey, look, third base or second base is up for grabs. Jorge Vivas is up for grabs. Peraza is up for grabs. Cabrera with Oswaldo, I doubt they'll do that because they need Oswaldo to play everywhere. He's our utility guy, and from day to day he could be anywhere on the field. But he's in the running too if they want to do that. if they want to do that. The good thing is, right? The good thing is that if the Yankees, looking at our payroll, I think it's a little more than this. I think this spot track they have it wrong here. We should be like 290, 290 something. If they could somehow offload Marcus Stroman's contract and free up some of this money. Now, look, the Yankees may have to eat some of that money, and that's okay. That's okay if they could eat if they have to eat some of it. But if they could free some of it up, then they have money to play around with, you know? Yeah. So that's the infield, right? That's the biggest hole right now. The biggest hole is who's gonna play third or second. Okay. Now looking at the outfield is looking pretty good to me. I know a lot of people are talking about Anthony Santander still. Look, let's give Dominguez a shot. Okay. Let's give him a shot. Let him play left field. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, and we'll figure it out then. I think Dominguez should be the starting left fielder come opening day. Let's give the kid a shot, man. Let's see what let's see what he's got. You got Cody Bellinger at center field, great defender. Aaron Judge, we already know that he's a beast in right field. So outfield is locked down right now. The only question mark probably Jason Dominguez, his defense at left. I think he'll be all right. I think he'll be all right. So that's our outfield. Now the bullpen, I'm telling you, the Yankees are looking good right now. Yankees are looking good. Look at this. We got Devin Williams, Luke Weaver, Jonathan Loizaga, Jake Cousins, Fernando Cruz, and then Scott Efros, Mark Leiter Jr., Ian Hamilton, Yerry De Los Santos. We'll see about that. Clayton Beater. Look, Clayton Beater, I know he's a starter. He's a starter, but hey, you could throw him in the bullpen too, if need be. The only problem with the Yankees bullpen right now is we have no lefties. So they gotta go sign Tim Hill, bring him back, or find some left-handed arms out there. I don't know about Caleb Ferguson. I don't know about bringing him back. I'm not really too high on him. But Tim Hill, I'd be happy to see him back. But the bullpen, like I said, the bullpen is solid. The bullpen is real solid right now. That. So even if the Yankees can't offload Marcus Stroman, which I think they will, though, I think they will. They'll find a way. Then that's just more starting rotation depth. That's more innings right there. In case one of these guys go down, he could fill in and give us the innings that we need. But at 18.5 million, right now he's the sixth highest paid player on the Yankees. And considering that he doesn't have a role on the team as of now, that's a problem. So I'm sure Cashman's going to figure that out. I'm sure he will. Let's get into some of these comments real quick. But first, if you don't mind, please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't. Jack Easy, my dude finally went live. What's up, man? What's up, Jack, man? I'm struggling, dude. Even today, going live today, man. I've been busy all day. And I'm going to be busy all day tomorrow, too. Mark Gates says, if we sign Tanner Scott, we guaranteed to take it all. Yeah, but I mean, I highly doubt it, man. I don't think the Yankees are gonna do that. Being where the payroll is right now, I don't think they'll do that. I think they have bigger. Tanner Scott is not a huge priority right now. That's why they went and got Devin Williams. We got our closer. The Yankees need to find another infielder. That's for sure. They need to find another infielder. And granted, Tanner Scott is a left-handed arm, but he's super expensive. So they're gonna go and find a few left-handed arms. At least two. You gotta have at least one. But two, at least two would be ideal. That would be ideal. But let's look at Paul Goldschmidt real quick. Let me pull him up here real quick. Uh you know what? Let's pull him up here. Let's look at his spray chart. All right. Hey, Cat Mama, how you doing? All right, let's take a look at Paul Goldschmidt real quick. So what I'm looking for here, right? I'm just looking at all these outs in other ballparks. The gray circles are outs. The purple ones obviously are doubles, triples, and so forth. His spray chart, he hits the ball all over the field. So you can just by looking at this, you can add at least a few home runs in there. When he pulls the ball, they're gone in any stadium. All of these right here to left field, those are bombs right there. Look at this one here. Exit velo 109, launch angle 30. What's the distance? They don't show the distance. You hit that off of a changeup. Again, exit velo 110. So he hits the ball hard still. I think Paul Goldschmidt could work out, man. I think he could work out. Cat Mama says, "Okay, thank you for asking. How are you?" I'm good. I was just coming off of I was sick earlier in the week and then doing all this last minute Christmas stuff. I don't know why I wait last minute to do this stuff, but it just seems like that's how it works out every year. But I appreciate you asking. Austin Cruz, Paul Goldschmidt had a good second half last year, which can be encouraging for him, and he sprays the ball everywhere. Yeah, man, I'm looking at his spray chart and it looks good. Honestly, this translate well in Yankee Stadium. It translates real well. Now, obviously, they only play half the season at Yankee Stadium, so like if we put this in a different park, let's just for shits and giggles, let's put Orioles Park, right? Now, in Orioles Park, but he's a lot of those are still home runs. All of these up here, there will be outs. See, there's a couple right here that are home runs that in Orioles Park will not be home runs. I don't know about when they move the wall in, but all right, let's look at I don't know. Let's look at City Field. Let's not do that. Let's look at another AL East team. Uh Blue Jays. All right. Same deal. So you can imagine that he's gonna if he could do the same thing he did last year in Yankee Stadium, his power numbers are gonna go up. Or they should anyway. They should. He had 22 home runs last year, so let me bring it back to the where's St. Louis at? There we go. Okay. You see a lot of these here, these grays right here. This park is a lot bigger, so they're not home runs here. But if you bring it to Yankee Stadium, all of a sudden all of these are home runs. So I think he's gonna work out, man. And look, it's a plus from what we got from Rizzo last year. We're gonna get something from first base, which is we haven't had that in a while, right? And the crazy thing is, look, I know that we lost Juan Soto. That's a devastating blow. And it's hard to say, right? It's hard to say the Yankees are better without him, right? It's hard to say, but looking at this team, right? Right now, I'm gonna say 1 through 9, right? 1 through 9. I think the Yankees are better right now, right? Yeah, Juan Soto's a beast, right? That one bat is super crucial, but that's just one batter in the lineup. So if you look at the entirety of the lineup, 1 through 9, I think the Yankees are looking better. Now, a lot of people be upset about that. They're gonna say I'm crazy. I'm not saying I'd rather not have Soto, but I like the lineup the way it's looking right now. Austin Cruz says, plus he can be a mentor to Volpe, Dominguez, Wells, and even Jazz in terms of hitting, preparation, overall. Yeah, I mean, look, it's been reported already that Judge already approached him for guidance on his two strike approach and all this other stuff back in 2022 or whenever it was. And, just the fact that he would even help out Judge, who's not even on the same team or anything like that, and give him advice it speaks a lot about who Paul Goldschmidt is. I mean, the dude's a veteran, man. He's a winner. I think he's gonna fit great in the clubhouse. That's why I said I like him over Carlos Santana just because of that. He fits better with the Yankees, in my opinion. And I think he's gonna have he's gonna be a good presence in the clubhouse. That's for sure. Cat Mama says, "Well, I'm glad you're feeling better, and it's more fun waiting to the last minute with shopping when it comes to Christmas." No, it's not. I mean, I guess it is the suspense of everything, but it's not because the lines are longer everywhere. If like me, I have kids, like certain things they want, I can't find it, and then I'm trying to get it on Amazon or whatever it is, and they can't deliver it on time. So now I'm scrambling. But we'll see. You know, I'm fortunate that my older kids, they're more like just give them the money and they'll buy whatever they want. That's a lot easier. What do you think of the pitcher that got traded from the Reds? I don't know his name. Yeah, Fernando Cruz. I think he's good. He needs some work. I was looking at that here. He needs some work, right? Because obviously his ERA is 4.6. Um, his barrel percentage is good. His hard hit percentage is good. His K percent, he's got swing and miss stuff. So he's really good. And I think with Matt Blake, they'll fix whatever it is that's causing him to have a high ERA. And what it looks like to me is that he's leaving the ball over the plate too much, especially with a split finger. See his split finger right here. It doesn't have enough arm side movement. You know, it's okay. You don't want your split finger in the zone like this. You kind of want it to look like it's gonna be in the zone and break away. Like if we put up I don't know, who has an elite split finger, like Kirby Yates, right? Bring up Kirby Yates. You'll see the movement on his stuff. You see how his stuff is more out here in his fastball. So if your stuff is right over here, then yeah, you're in the zone, but you're too much in the zone. Especially when you only throw 95. He only throws about 95, so you don't want it to be all in the zone. So this guy here has an elite split finger fastball. His splitter is elite. This is this right here. So I don't know. We'll see. But at the end of the day, look, we didn't trade much. Trevino, yeah, we love Trevino. He's a good catcher in my opinion, but you know, you can do without him right now, especially if Austin Wells is he's the starting catcher. Like let's face it, Trevino's not going to get much playing time unless he gets hurt or something. Then you know whoever's the backup catcher. I think we got a dude named Jesus Hernandez or something like that. It's his name. I don't know much about the guy, but he's a backup catcher, so don't expect to see much of him. Juan Cruz, the fire emojis. I like the fact that we seem to have a whole new team with these new players. Yeah, man, if you think about it, a lot of people from last year are gone. A lot. I mean, let's name it. Look, Juan Soto gone. That's one. Juan Soto. Um, obviously Clay Holmes. Juan Soto, Clay Holmes, Rizzo, Torres. Who else? Who else is nice? Trevino. That's five already. Um, who else the Yankees didn't re-sign or got rid of? Trying to think. Uh, Nestor Cortez. That's six, and there's more. I'm missing a bunch. Tim Hill, but hopefully we bring him back. It's a lot. It's gonna be. It's gonna look like a whole new team. And to me, honestly, look, the team is better. I'm gonna say it. I don't care. The team looks better right now. Yeah, we're gonna miss Soto and he's exciting and you can't replace that bat in the lineup. But 1 through 9, again, 1 through 9, we look better. The bullpen already looks better to me. The rotation is better. So we better, yeah, we don't have another superstar hitter like Aaron Judge and Juan Soto, but it's okay. We got a bunch of other good hitters, you know? and that's what we needed. Verdugo's gone, right? What's that? 8 so far? It's a lot. Verdugo, who else? This a bunch. I was looking at it the other day. I can't remember. Well, that's why everyone is saying that Matt Blake would be able to fix him. Look, and even if he doesn't fix him, at the end of the day, we didn't give up a lot for him, and we actually saved money. So I don't expect much from Fernando Cruz. Even if he gives me what he did last year, even though it's not great, a 4.86 ERA, but it's okay to me. He'll find a role in the boot, even if it's just to eat innings or whatever it is. It's not like we traded away a lot, or it's not like he's costing the Yankees a lot. So it's another one of Cashman's move. And then if he works out, let's say Matt Blake does figure out something with him, and he comes out and gives you a 3 ERA, all of a sudden it's like, whoa, you know. So it's what is it? It's low risk, high reward. A says this offseason, how and Cashman woke up for real. Man, for real. I think Cashman, man, I think Cashman has a vendetta. Like he's out to prove something. And I think the whole Juan Soto thing, I think that was how kind of just trying to give the fans what they wanted, right? But when it didn't work out, I think he gave the keys to the whip to Cashman and said, "Here you go, like make it happen." Cash was like, "I got this," because he's doing. Man, I don't think I've seen Cashman this busy. Like, because you got to think the season just ended, right? It's only been a month, not even 2 months, and the team looks entirely different. And I wouldn't be surprised, right? Well, actually, I would be surprised if he was to go and get a third baseman or second baseman before Christmas. But I think his goal is to, like, before New Year's, to have this team ready to go for spring training. And so far, man, man, he's doing a great job, in my opinion. And I'll tell you right now, I'm the biggest Cashman critic. But this offseason, man, I really have nothing bad to say about him. Even this Paul Goldschmidt move, a lot of people don't like it, but I understand why he did it. I understand. I understand it. He needs flexibility. We still need another infielder, right? We still need some lefty bullpen arms. So he probably has that in mind. And he's like, well, I can't go and get a Christian Walker and do all of that because it's just not going to leave him any room to do anything else. Like, plain and simple. And with Paul Goldschmidt, it's for 12.5 million. Come on, that's less than what Anthony Rizzo was going to make. So it was a great move, in my opinion. Great move. Cat Mama agrees with the ace. Verdugo's gone. Yep. Cortez, Nestor, Glaber's gone. That's what I said, man. Our defense and fundamentals got better. Yeah, it definitely got way better. Williams is better than Holmes. Oh man, it's not even close, bro. Not even close. This team looks way more rounded than the last few seasons. It does. That's what I was saying, Red Hood. That 1 through 9, right? Yeah, I'm a miss Soto. I got it, man. That dude, he's just great, man. He's one of the greatest ever. This dude, when he's in the batter's box, bro, I feel good. Like something, like he's gonna do something. But he's gone, right? And that's just one batter. What's he gonna bat 4 times a game? 5? You know, that's only one. He can only bat once through the lineup. 1 through 9, we're looking way better. 1 through 9. And I'm gonna pull it up again. Right? The infield, obviously, we'll start with the outfield, right? Jason Dominguez, Cody Bellinger, Aaron Judge. Already our outfield looks good. Dominguez, probably the only question mark there with his defense. I think he'll be fine. He just needs to be serviceable. He'll be fine. He has speed. He'll figure it out. Right. And look at our infield. Defensively, the infield is already way better. Third base, obviously, is a question mark. I would even be mad if they went and got Nolan Arenado. I wouldn't be mad if he was to accept the trade. I know he turned down a trade with the Astros, but if he was to accept the trade, I wouldn't even be mad because at that point, look, the the lineup is done. All right. It's done. I think he's still got juice. And no Leon Renato, he's no slouch. Yeah, his numbers are declining, but he's no slouch either. Even last year. Um, we'll take a look at it right here. On base percentage, 325, not the greatest. Home run 16, yeah, that's not good either. But he's gonna give you a great defense. I'd be the first to say, like, he's not my first choice though. I would love Alex Bregman. I like Alex Bregman, even though his bat probably doesn't play as well in Yankee Stadium as other. I'm gonna put. Matter of fact, let's pull him up. But he's not only just a power hitter, man. He's gonna put balls in the gap and everything. So the only thing is, I don't know if it's worth 6, 7 years, 180 million or whatever he's asking for. So this is Alex Bregman in Yankee Stadium. Let's take a look at this real quick. So he definitely will benefit from that short porch. Because a lot of these balls to the opposite field are outs in most stadiums. But in Yankee Stadium, those are just clearing the wall. Right? Left field, yeah, I think left field he played better in Minute Maid Park in the Astro Stadium. But I wouldn't bad look again. I wouldn't even be mad if they signed Alex Bregman. Just know that that's a long commitment, though. That's the thing. And if they get Alex Bregman, they're done. Like they're tapped out as far as resources are concerned. And in order to sign somebody like him, the way the payroll is right now, they have to move. So even if they want, maybe they are planning on signing him. They have to move. They have to move. Stroman's contract. They have to free up some money somehow. It's just not enough. So, so let's get to some of the comments real quick. Mark says, I'm loving this team way more than last year. Yeah, me too, man. It's crazy because just 2 months ago, we was like, bro, what are we gonna do? Like, what are we gonna do? Everybody was laughing at the Yankees, like they're done. They're done. And Cashman went to work, man. That dude went in the kitchen and whipped it up. For real. He's putting on a master class right now. A master class. We definitely upgraded this off season. Hell yeah, we did, man. We did. Cardiac clay is gone. I'm telling you, my blood pressure is doing better already. I'll tell you that much. Cat Mama says, you know what I think? When Kyle Tucker is a free agent in 2026, I feel like the Mets are going to get him and they will play the bidding war again. Uh I think the Mets got their eyes on Vladdy. I think if anything, they're gonna go after Vladdy. They might go after both of them. Who knows? But I'm man, you could bet the Yankees are gonna go after him, after Kyle Tucker, especially if he has a good year this year. And that's another thing. That's another good thing that we're not giving out these long term contracts. So next year, a lot of money's gonna fall off the books again, and then Cashman's gonna have to put it all together. Mark Gates says if Dominguez has 30 bombs, that's 17 more than Verdugo. Plus he steals a lot of bases. Yeah, Verdugo, man. If Dominguez bats 250, he's already exceeded Verdugo by a lot. 30 bombs, he could do it definitely. But that's asking a lot of a guy who this is gonna be his first full season in the big leagues. But I think he's gonna be good. I could see him hitting 30 bombs. 30 bombs, 30 stolen bases. Why not? Why not? He has the talent to do it. We'll see. But he's gonna go through his growing pains. You know that. 2024 was a tandem, 2025 is a team. Yeah, on paper at least, right? We'll see. On paper, it looks real good. On paper, it looks really good. But we will see. Cam Mama says, I'm excited about next year. I'm sick of seeing all the same old players. the last few years. Yeah. That's why I like these shorter term deals too. Like not giving out these long term deals, with the exception of Max Fried, obviously. But because especially with older players, you just don't know, and it gives us time too. Let's see what the farm brings up. A lot of times let's say they would have signed Christian Walker, um, for whatever 3 years, 4 years, or whatever, and Ben Rice turns out to be freaking really good next year. Now you have a problem, right? You have a Ben Rice problem where you want to give him playing time, but you pay this guy so much money. So I don't know. I think it's gonna work out. You don't know what happens. A change of scenery for all of these guys might make a difference in the way they play. Yeah. And then you look, a dude like Paul Goldschmidt, he plays the game right. So, and I got it. I love all the swag, and that's cool, right? I love all the pimping stuff out and everything. All that is great, but you still got to play the game hard. And it's good to have veterans like that around. He knows what right looks like. I'm not saying he got to check people, but sometimes you got to remove. And I'm not saying Verdugo is like that, or anybody, but sometimes you got to, in order to have change, man, you got to take some people out of the equation, and so the culture could change. And look, again, Torres is not completely out the picture yet either. That could happen. I doubt it though. Bregman don't work out with Bellinger on this team. I hear you, but look, if he could get along with his wife's ex, then why not with Bregman? I think Cody Bellinger. I mean, I think he'll be all right. I think he'll be fine with it. I'm sure that before they do that, the same thing with Stanton. I'm sure that they were like, "Hey, look, is there gonna be a problem?" And I'm sure he said no. I'm sure they spoke. And if the Yankees were to try to bring Bregman on board, I'm sure they'll have him talk with Bellinger and be like, "Look, is there gonna be a problem?" And I don't think so. I hope not. Anyway. Nando says, "Jason, where you been, man? I've been around. Where you been, man? I've been busy, man." Bellinger has made it quite clear that he does not like this guy. I'm sure Judge and others don't want him on this team. And you could be right. But at the end of the day, I think, well, I hope, right, that these dudes are professionals, right? From everything that I know, look, the only thing they got against Alex Bregman is that he was on the cheating team. He was part of the cheating team. And I get it, that's a big deal. But as far as him being a jerk or anything like that, I don't think that's the case. I think personally, it's nothing personal really. It's more that they see him as he was a cheater. But then again, Garrett Cole was on that team. Garrett Cole was on that team as well. There's a lot of players that was on that team that moved around it. So I'm like I don't know if that would cause friction. I hope not. But I'm sure, man. Look, the Yankees, they know what they're doing. They pay scouts, and they get they do their due diligence. So before they even make a deal like that, they're gonna get with all parties involved and be like, "Hey, are you guys okay with this, right?" And I'm sure that they just like, you know what? Like the professional thing to do is be like, "Yeah, if you're professional, you play with anybody. That's that's it. Nobody wants Stroman. Not for that money. The Yankees might have to eat some of that money, but that so be it. If we got to pay 8 million of that and eat 10, or trade him to somebody else and take on another contract. That's what a lot of people are saying with Nolan Arenado. Give them, give them Marcus Stroman, and in return we'll take Nolan Arenado's contract. I'm pretty sure they won't do that, and I think the Yankees already offered them that. And they hung up the phone pretty much. Cat Mama says, "I know that the Yankees would go after Tucker, but the Mets scare me with going after him. Cohen will have the most money to pay for him. Yeah, but then again, look, we're not dealing with his agent is not Scott Boras. That's one. And I don't think he's going after just the money. Yeah, he wants money. He's gonna get paid. But just the fact that he's told the Cubs that he's open to extension talks is something. Because that wasn't even the case with Soto. It was like, yeah, no, he's going to free agency. Cashman is being smart with the deals. Yep. Do you really think Ben Rice is going to be good? I hope so. He's shown signs of being a great hitter in the big leagues. I think he could be an average to above average player for sure. I mean, he has a great swing, especially in Yankee Stadium with that lefty bat. There's no reason why he should. I think last year after those 3 home runs, I'm not sure what happened to him. Maybe the pressure got to him and he is expected to do a lot more. But and it's tough for these young kids, especially when they're not getting as much playing time. You got to think in AAA they bat every day, they play every day. When they get to the big leagues, if they don't have a spot really, he at one point Ben Rice was playing what once a week. Even though Boone did give him a chance. At one point, I think he was even batting fourth or something like that. But they don't get as many as they don't get as many at bats as they do in AAA, and that could affect the player. It could, and the pressure. You got to figure it out. You got to learn how to be a pro in the big leagues. So hopefully he can come back, and also the league starts figuring you out. They start figuring them out. They start figuring out their weaknesses. So until they make an adjustment, then they're gonna struggle. I think he could be good. The problem with Bellinger is the cheating stuff. No, I know, I know. Trust me, I've heard all the comments he said about them in the past and all that. But again, you know, sometimes that's why it takes a judge or somebody of the leadership to be like, look, obviously they got to talk to each other and be like, look, we want to bring this dude on board. I got it. The cheating stuff, trust me, we're upset about it too, but we want to win. Sometimes you got to put those things to the side and be professional. You ain't got to like everybody. It's like any job. You ain't got to like anybody, but you got to respect everybody. As long as there's a level of respect, then you're good. Like I tell this dude at work all the time because he's always like, oh, and I'm like, look, dude, you're not here to make friends, right? But you're not here to make enemies either. You're here to do a job. Come do your job. If you make a friend along the way, great. That's not what you're coming here for. You're coming here to work. So now Judge 2 takes it personally. He got robbed the MVP. No, I know. If anything, Cashman takes it more personally than all of them. Because Cashman is the one that keeps bringing it up and everything. I do look. It's a long shot. I say that, but right now we need a. You rather have Alex Bregman or Nolan Arenado, or somebody else, or you rather have Oswaldo Peraza playing second or something like that. Just either way, I think the Yankees already look better. All right, we already look better than we did last year, as in terms of 1 through 9 and the whole rotation, bullpen, everything. Cole was not on that team. He wasn't. He was on one of those teams because they were cheating from 2017 on to like 2019. Oh, you know what? Let's put it up here. Nah, it's not gonna show it. Uh, uh, uh. But I mean, Garrett Cole was part of the sticky stuff too, the Spotty Tack or whatever it's called. Stats. What is it? Yeah, but he was there with 2018, 2019. He was part of that. He wasn't part of the 2017, but they were cheating all the way up to like I think to 2018, if I'm not mistaken. He was on one of those teams. He wasn't on the 2017 team. He was definitely on the 2018 team. Again, but Garrett Cole's a pitcher, so he's probably didn't know what was going on. But he was definitely cheating himself too with the even though everybody was with the spider tack or whatever they call it, the sticky stuff. Donnie Clark says salute. Happy holidays. Happy holidays to everyone too. Man, the time flies, right? I feel like it was just Christmas or and we here again. So Mark Gates says, in my opinion, we trade Stroman, clear up money for Tanner Scott and Tim Hill, and just ride with Cabrera at third and forget about Bregman. I mean, that's an option too, but even if they trade Stroman, they don't have enough money to do a Tanner Scott. Tim Hill would be cheap, but Tanner Scott's a stretch, man. He's a stretch. It's gonna cost a lot. Look, this is what they have him projected at 16 million per year. It's gonna be more than that. I'm thinking like 18 million probably. The Yankees, if somebody was to take that whole contract somehow off of Stroman, then yeah, they could do it. But I don't think that's gonna be the case. Somehow the Yankees are gonna eat some of that money somehow. Or they're gonna have to trade Marcus Stroman's contract for somebody else's contract. It's still better to have Stroman for depth. No, I feel you. That's what I was saying before that when you look at the rotation, all right, somebody these are pitchers, man. Somebody's probably gonna get hurt at some point, and then you have Stroman there to eat innings. But at 18.5 million, that's a lot for a depth piece. I think you would agree with that, right? I mean, and you got a kid, you got Clayton Beater down there. You got other dudes that could come up and fill a hole, if somebody goes down. Instead of an $18.5 million six six pitcher. Yeah, 2018 Garrett on the Astros, but wasn't they cheating in 2018 too? It wasn't just 2017. That's what I'm saying. But even then, regardless, he's a pitcher, so I'm sure that's different. Um, but he was part of the whole sticky stuff. Like nobody's. I mean, like me personally, I wouldn't care. Like a dude cheated, I'd be upset about it at the time. But once you're on my team, you're on my team, and we let bygones be bygones. That's how I do it. And I think that Judge and them, they're professional. That's how they'll do it too. If for some reason Cashman was to sign Alex Bregman and he came to the team, I'm pretty sure they're gonna be like, look, whatever happened, happened. We'll hash it out, talk about it, and move on. That's all you could do. What's going on with Burns? The Giants want to pay him, but I don't think he really wants to sign there. He's from San Francisco, so that'd be crazy. I'm not sure what's going on with Burns, man. I'm really not sure. I'm glad the Yankees went and got Max Fried instead of Burns. I think Corbin Burns is a. I'm not saying as a headache or anything like that, but I think Max Fried again fits with the Yankees better. He fits the culture, the Yankees' way of doing things better. Corbin Burns, I'm really not 100% sure what's going on with him. I'm pretty sure that the Red Sox are in on him. The Orioles probably, but they're not too serious about that. Um, who else? The Giants for sure. I mean, he's gonna sign soon. He's not gonna let this drag too much longer. Donnie Clark says Arenado will be a Yankee. We'll see. Remember, he has to accept the trade. He has a full no trade clause, so he already turned down a trade with the Astros. The Yankees, he gave the Cardinals a list of teams that he would go to. Yankees were not on that list. Astros were on that list, if I remember correctly, and he still denied it. So I think he wants to be a Dodger. He grew up a Dodgers fan. I think he wants to be a Dodger, but we'll see. Tucker next offseason, yeah, I'm pretty sure the Yankees are going to be in on him. Yeah. Reyes says Arenado's holding out for the Dodgers, I heard, but if they don't want him, I think the Yankees will pick him up now that Goldie is here. Yeah, but at the end of the day, look, he has to agree to it. That's the whole thing. He has to agree to it. And I think the only way the Yankees do that is if they take Stroman's contract. We'll take his contract, they take Stroman's contract. I think that's the only way the Yankees do it. Or they got to eat some of that money. I did not know this about Tucker. Well, what about Tucker? Oh, about the he doesn't have Scott Boris, and he said that he's open to extension talks. How serious he is about that, who knows? You know, Ben reminds me of Bird. You talking about Greg Bird? Hey, I want to go back to this though real quick. And then another thing, right? Let's say the in regards to Kyle Tucker, if the Cubs are not contending come trade deadline time, you best believe that they're gonna trade him. You know, I think they'll trade him, especially if they're like way out of it, if they're not contending at all, and they feel like because they're gonna have the opportunity to talk extensions. If that don't go through, then and they're not contending for a playoff spot, then hey, the Yankees might have a second shot at him. Put it that way. I agree, Donnie. But there's always another side of the story. What are you talking about? Particular, let me go up. Are you talking about people like to run their mouths when they don't hear the other side of the story, and that's that? Oh, you talking about the whole cheating stuff with Alex Bregman and all that? Regardless, man, look, these dudes are professionals. Unless it's something real serious and personal, I don't think it's that big of a deal. You know, I think at the end of the day, you even then, like with the exception of Judge, he probably has the most say so. But even him, if they decide to bring Bregman in, guess what? He's on the team. You know, there's nothing you can do about it. What you gonna do? You got to figure it out. It's not out of the realm of possibilities, right? It really isn't. If the Yankees are really considering him, if they really are considering Alex Bregman, then I have to assume that they spoke to Judge already. Now that Cody Bellinger's on the team, that they spoke to him, you know, that they spoke to their guys and said, "Hey, look, will this be a problem?" And I'm sure they probably gave him the okay, like, "No, you do what you got to do." What's crack a lacking? That's some real crip stuff right there. That was good. Yankees Dynasty Kings. Was good, boy. Cat Mama says I didn't know about the cheating to 2019. I'm pretty yeah, it was to 2019. Look, I don't like I'll look it up right now because I don't want to give out false information, but I'm pretty sure it was multiple years. As well as oh 2018 season. That's what Google's telling me. Part of the 2018 series. So over here. Yeah, that shoe definitely used the sticky stuff. I mean, everybody used the sticky stuff though. Everybody. Houston cheated with the garbage cans. Me personally, I think it went beyond the garbage cans. But, that's just that's conspiracy theory. I know spring training will be here before you know it. Yeah, the time flies, man. As you get older, time goes by faster, it seems like. Cause look, we got what, January, February, March, they start reporting. Yeah, 2.5 months pretty much. Or not even when they start reporting. I think they start reporting like February 14th. The January, it's even less than that. Pitchers and catchers start reporting, I think, the end of February. Seems like the next move will be a trade and probably for Arenado. I mean, look, again, we could Arenado has to agree to the trade. Not only first the Cardinals have to agree to it, and then Arenado has to agree to it. So I'm not saying it can't happen, but I think he wants to be a Dodger. So he's probably gonna reach out. They're gonna reach out to the Dodgers, or the Dodgers probably, not that they don't want him, but they probably put together a package and the Cardinals didn't like it. So we'll see. Think Cash is done spending money? I don't think he's done spending money. I think right now he's kind of stuck with this Marcus Stroman stuff. If he can move that, then it gives him more money to really go out there and make a move. But right now, right, if we look at the payroll, let's go ahead and look at that. Oh, what I do? What have I done? If we look at the Yankees payroll, and I believe it's more than this. It should be like at the 290-ish range, right? We they're cutting it close right now. And we still got other moves. We still got to get a left-handed arm in the bullpen. That's for sure. So I'd say they probably have like 10 million to play with right now. What's holding them up? They probably waiting to see if they could move Marcus Stroman's contract. And if they could do that and free up some money, then that gives them a lot more room to go and make another big move. But for right now, unless it's a trade, I don't see any of that happening. Unless they go over. Now they could just go over and eat it. I think everything after 301, everything after 301 million, they have to pretty much pay double. So let's say they go 4 million over that mark, then they gotta pay another 4 million. So that's 8 million. So you gotta take that into consideration. And I don't think they want to do that. I don't. I see Arenado coming here. I wouldn't even be mad if he came here. I wouldn't be mad. He's not he's declining. But then again, look, he might come over here and have some more to play for or something, and just get his numbers back up. All right. Because in 2023, yeah, it wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible either. You know, you got to think like, I understand, like, they professionals and they give it all they got. But when you have nothing to play for, right? When you're on a losing team and there's really nothing to play for, you're playing meaningless baseball. Does that do something to a player? Especially a dude like Nolan Arenado who's already got his money. It's not like he's playing for a contract or anything. Yeah, I think it does. I think you put him on a winning team and he's playing for a ring, playing meaningful baseball. I think he does better than that. Maybe Schmidt be a part of the Arenado trade. Yeah, but if you do that, then there's your fifth starter, and now you have to bring in Marcus Stroman, and I don't think the Yankees have confidence in him to pitch in the postseason or even pitch late in the season. It seems like his body falls apart on him late in the season, unless you bring in Clayton Beater and he'll be your fifth starter. I think the Yankees. at the end of the day, they looking to move Marcus Stroman. That for sure they're trying to do. They're trying to move that money and get it off their books, as much of it as possible. I knew that Stroman was such a bad deal. It's tough because I like Stroman and I wasn't mad at the deal at the time. I didn't know that they weren't gonna pitch him at all. I didn't know that you know that he was only good for half a season, pretty much. That's tough. At that at 18.5 million, that's a lot of money. It's a lot of money for somebody who's not even on the postseason roster, who didn't even pitch in the postseason at all. And he's at the time he was like the fifth highest paid player on the Yankees, and he didn't pitch at all. He didn't play at all in the postseason. That's tough. But the Yankees have a few of those. They got DJ LeMahieu. That's another guy that I'm sure the Yankees wish they could get that off their books. 2017, 28. Yeah, I just looked it up. But Cole was on that 2018 team. But I don't put that on Cole, man. The pitchers, I don't think they really had anything to do with that stuff. They probably knew it was happening, but what are they gonna do? If the manager couldn't stop it, the manager himself couldn't stop it. So mm, come on. Big Buddy says, how you feel about Goldie and add on this past week? I feel good about it. And I'm telling you, it's a Cashman masterclass. Look, it's not the first choice. It's not most Yankee fans' first choice. But when you really think about it, for 12.5 million 1 year, you're not committing too much to that. I think it's a good move, man. It's a good move. This dude's only 2 years removed from his MVP season. I get it. He's 37 or 36, whatever he is, but come on, man. I think he's still gonna be good. He's still a great defender. He's still a good ball player. His bat's gonna play better at Yankee Stadium. So I think it's a great move. And you don't have to commit all that next year and then next year too. So let's say, right, even though I highly doubt Vladdy would sign with the Yankees, but it's not it's not impossible, right? It's not like the percentages is not where we want it, being because he said a bunch of stuff that he said in the past, but it's not out of the realm of possibilities. So if you sign Christian Walker, you could forget about Vladdy next year. That's not happening, you know. But now that you sign Paul Goldschmidt to a 1 year for 12.5 million, that's really it's a little risk and high reward, right? Because if you get Goldschmidt from 2 years ago, all of a sudden this is a steal, right? And if it doesn't work out, if he does good, you platoon him with Ben Rice, hope that Ben Rice gets better, right? And if not, then when the year's done, you go and get a first baseman. Or that money comes off the books. You can go attack Vladdy Jr., try to get him. And if not, you figure it out from there, you know? Donnie Clark says, Jason, the problem is no one has sit downs anymore and air out stuff. I mean, but these guys are pros, man. I'm telling you, like, you gotta assume that they do that, man. That I'm not saying sit downs, but maybe a call, phone call, like, hey, you sure you good? If I put them on the team, you good? They good, man. And even then, at the end of the day, man, look, I get it that they millionaires and they superstars and all that. But at the end of the day, they're employees, right? So you play your damn, be professional. Show up to the boy. Yeah, like I said, it's not like you gotta be friends. Y'all don't gotta be friends, but y'all gotta respect each other and be professional. That's it. That's all they're asking for. I'm not saying y'all gotta go hang out on the off days and stuff like that. No, it'd be better, right? It brings everybody more closer together, but they ain't gotta be best friends either. Everyone doesn't hear the other side of someone's story. They just assume. I mean, a lot of times things could get fixed just with a simple phone call, you know? Because it's one thing like Cody saying something to the media here, everything. I think I'm trying to remember back to the cheating scandal stuff, right? I know I heard Carlos Correa talk a lot of craziness, right? and stuff. I don't remember hearing Bregman talk much about it. I really don't. So that's a good thing, maybe. Well, I think all it takes is a phone call. Like, hey, man, all it takes is a phone call. Put them two on the phone. Judge in the middle. Judge maybe FaceTime both of them, a Zoom call or something. They'll figure it out. They'll be all right. If not, let them fight it out. Fuck it, right? I'll put them in a room. I'll put Judge in there and Stanton and be like, yo, y'all gonna settle this, right? Y'all gonna fight it out right now. And after that, it's done. That's it. Just let it be. Sometimes you got to do it the old fashioned way. Yeah, but isn't Cashman trying to avoid players with qualifying offers? Yeah, that's the problem too. That is the problem. But he's been doing a great job of that now. He's been doing a great job of avoiding it. Arenado to the Yankees will be like Tulowitzki on the Yankees. Yeah, remember that, right? That's crazy. He didn't last too long either. I hope not. The thing is that then I mean, then who else, right? Then you got to let the kids come up and let hopefully one of them does their thing and takes over that spot. I don't think they're gonna give it to Oswaldo. I mean, they could, I guess, but I think they like Oswaldo as a utility player. In case somebody goes down or they got to give somebody a day off, he can play anywhere. Oh, we'll see. Stroman also called the Astros out back in 2020. Everybody called the Astros out, bro. Saying life in general. Yeah, man, it'd be like that, but I don't know. Me, some people take it like take things like hold grudges and stuff. I'm not like that. I feel like certain things obviously are just not that it's not forgivable, right? I'll forgive a person, but that don't mean I'm ever gonna mess with that person again, or do any kind of business or interactions with them. But for the most part, feel like most things are not that serious, right? And with time, we're talking about 2018. It's been 2019, 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24. We're going on 20. We're talking about 7 years. Like, come on. It's something that maybe if it was last year, it'd be like, you know, like it's still too fresh. It's too recent, but it's over 7 years ago. I think, me personally, I think they'll be all right with it. Bellinger has to play with his girl's ex and the guy that robbed him of a World Series. That's gonna be tough. Maybe that motivate him to hit bombs though. I think he'd be all right though. Come on, these guys they grown ups. I hope. Life in general, people run their mouths without hearing the other side of the story. Yeah, Donnie, man. That's why they always say there's three sides to a story. There's his or her side, the other person's side, and the truth. So, what are you gonna do? That's the way the world works. And sometimes both people could be telling the truth. It's just that they have their own perspective. Everybody sees things through a different lens. So that's why you got to be objective and just gather the facts and come up with your own conclusion. That's how life is. But I think I think people making it out. It's not like these dudes are gonna freaking start throwing blows in the dugout or something. I really doubt that. Donnie says, I'm laughing about everyone saying that they were going to spend 760 on Soto, so they have it to spend. No, but the thing is, you can I don't look if you're looking at the whole total number, then don't look at that, right? You gotta look at the annual, it's the AAV, right? It's like a lot of people when they buy a car, right? Most people, or when you buy a house, yeah, the total number is like, okay, that's the total number. But really, you're looking at most people. And I'm not saying this is the right way, so don't. This is not financial advice, but most people they look at that monthly mortgage or that monthly payment. Can they afford that monthly payment based on whatever they make? And that's how I look at it with the Yankees, right? So it was 47 million, right? Or whatever. And even then, I don't even look at that. I just look at I know that their mark is 300 million and they want to be even below that, right? But that's like where they start drawing the line. 301 million. So whatever the total payroll is and the budget, which is 301, you do the math and you say, okay, they have this much to spend per year. 16 years, 60 months. Mets gave him 765 or 75 million signing bonus. Yeah, he took the money. And that's not even all of it too, because he has escalators that could bring him up to 800 million. And then on top of that, with the free security for him and his family, I've heard things even about a clothing allowance for his family, uh the suite, that he gets at City Field. It's a lot of things that adds up. So yeah, he went for the money. Ain't nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that either, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. You know what? This uh I was looking for that. There was a post of him partying in Dominican Republic in the club. I can't find it though right now. Yeah, hit those likes. Please like, comment, and subscribe. How long we been on so far? It's been about an hour and 20 minutes. We'll give it like another 15, 30 minutes. Look at Stroman signing after he ran Cash and the Yankees down. Yeah. But I tell you what, man, Cashman, when all that started, when Cashman and the Stroman beef started, is because Cashman said that he didn't trade for Stroman because he doesn't think he'll be an impact player in the postseason. Right? Sure enough, years later, he ends up signing Stroman. And guess what? Stroman didn't play in the postseason. So I guess Cashman Cashman stood on his business, man. He stood on it, man. Bellinger's main beef was with Correa. I don't know, man. I think this year I want a good team fight. I think that's what the Yankees need, a good team fight. Brian trading later in Troy's career. And you still talking about Tulowitzki? Let's play the kids. I'm all for playing the kids, but you can't have half the lineup full of rookies, man. That's no, you can't do that. You can't do that. Didn't Tuli retire when he was playing that first year with the Yankees? It was after a couple weeks. He didn't get. Did he? Yeah, he did get hurt. I think he was like the opening day shortstop at one point, and then he got hurt. I don't know, but even him, man, he was way past his prime since he hit 30. Even before he signed with the Yankees. Yeah. Also, Mets giving him a suite, and Judge has to pay for his, but Soto wanted it for free. Hey, man, if when you negotiate it, man, it don't hurt to ask, right? That's how I see it, man. It doesn't hurt to ask. Doesn't hurt to ask. My daughter got mad at me today because I went to McDonald's and because she likes the spicy nuggets, but she also wants the Happy Meal. So I tell them, hey, can I get the chicken nuggets Happy Meal? But instead of regular nuggets, can you switch? Can you put spicy nuggets instead? And they said no, of course. And then, but she was upset. She said I'm embarrassing. I'm like, what you mean? It don't hurt to ask, right? Same thing, man. It don't hurt to ask for the sweet. If they're already offering like 760, 800 million in that range, why not be like, hey, you know what? I want a sweet too. Why not? Cat Mama says, I don't miss Soto at all. I know what he's about right now, and I don't want somebody on the team like that. I want them to actually want to be here. Yeah, it's a little different now that we see that I'm not gonna call him greedy. I mean, how do I say this? It's just different, right? Just knowing that I'm not gonna say he betrayed the Yankees either, because he just went for the most money. To be honest, I thought the Yankees meant more to him than that, but obviously it didn't mean nothing. Wearing the pinstripes, it wasn't a big deal to him. All the roll calls and the you know the bleacher creatures, all the love the Yankees fans gave him and everything. It didn't mean a damn thing. It was all a stepping stone to him to get where he needed to go, which was to get a big check. So, and that's his prerogative. It's all right. Soto go to the Mets to give his mom a spending allowance. Like, what the F? Soto is give me, give me, give me, give me. Pathetic. I think Soto, man, I think like every player cares about winning, but he cares more about money, obviously. All that, that it's always been a mess town and all that is just, he has to say that. What's he going to say? He's not going to sign with the Mets and be like, nah, yeah, this it's really a Yankees town, but the Mets offer me more money, so I want to be. No, he's not going to say that. At the end of the day, it is what it is, man. He's with the Mets. There's nothing we could do about it. I think the pivot, the Yankees pivot. This is, man. I can't even think of the last time a team, right? I'm trying to think the last time a team lost a huge star like that. With probably the Braves. The Braves, but they didn't even lose it. They just let Freeman walk. They let Freddie Freeman walk, and they brought in Olsen, and he just filled in the Freddie Freeman's void perfectly. I'm trying to think of the last time a team lost a big player like that, like a devastating blow, and recovered so quickly. I can't think of one. And I want to take the time too before it slipped my mind. Rest in peace to Ricky Henderson. Um, he passed away. When was it? Yesterday, I think it was. But yeah, he passed away. Hands down, the greatest base stealer ever, in my opinion. I mean, the dude was legit, man. He was a beast, and it's unfortunate. Feel like he was too young. What was he? He was probably like 60 some years old. But that's life. I want to may he rest in peace and condolences to him and his family and his friends. And that's a legend, man. We lost a legend. We definitely lost a legend. Let's move on to some of these comments. Monty wasn't a postseason pitcher as well, like Schro. Yeah. Monty won a series ring with the Rangers. Yeah, you're right. I wasn't a fan of that Jordan Montgomery trade, but I mean, look what he did last year. It wasn't great. So maybe it was a fluke. I don't know. And the thing is, though, with the whole thing with the Stroman's not a postseason pitcher, he didn't even give him a chance. So he didn't even have the chance to prove whether he is or not. So that's that. I heard from the Padres reporters that Soto wasn't a team leader and he was always alone. So him and Machado and the teams bumped heads. Uh, yeah, man. But like Donnie Clark says, it's always three sides to a story. I do think, man. I don't think him and Manny really got along like that. I'm not sure, but I think he was cool with he was definitely cool with Bogarts. I know that. I don't know about Tatis either. I'm not sure. If Cohen didn't own the Mets, though, Soto would not be a Met. Mets fans think he actually wanted to be a Met. What a joke. I mean, let them think what they gotta make themselves believe that he wanted to be a Met. At the end of the day, he just wanted the most money, and the Mets gave him that money. So, and look, when you think about it, from the beginning, even before the World Series ended, all reports were saying like he's going to the Mets. The Mets are gonna give him the highest offer. Nobody can outbid Cone. Steve Cohen, and so he's gonna be a man. And it actually worked out the same way everybody predicted it would. So I think me myself personally, I can't speak for all Yankee fans, but I was just hoping that this, that being a Yankee meant more to him and making it to the World Series, that he felt like he had unfinished business and playing with Judge, and having Judge behind him and all that stuff was gonna sway his decision to take less money. But in the end, I was wrong. That dude went for the biggest bag, so it is what it is. It could have been the Savannah Bananas could have offered him more money, and he would have went with them and left the MLB. So I heard Soto wasn't like with the Padres. He wasn't liked with the Padres organization. That's what people say. But I take that with a grain of salt because the look Padres fans loved him there, though, right? They wanted him there. They would have kept him too if they had the money, but they just didn't have money, so they had to trade him. So you know, this is Soto's fourth team. He's 26 years old. That should tell you everything. I mean, but he got traded. That's the thing. So I don't think the four teams and all that, like, I'm making it seem like his body counts or something. Like, it's not that, man. You get traded. That happens, man. When you're worth a lot and the team knows that they can't retain you, you're gonna get traded. It is what it is. Look at Kyle Tucker, right? He went to the Cubs, right? That's his second team. I promise you that if the Cubs feel like they're not going to be able to afford him and they're not winning, they're not in playoff contention, they're going to trade him, and he'll be on a third team. The same thing with Tanner Scott, right? The Marlins, they're not contending for anything. They're like, you know what? Let's see what we can get. Traded him to the Padres. The Padres can't really afford to keep him right now, so he'll be on his third team. It is what it is. If he wanted to win, Jason, he would have went to the Dodgers. I don't think the Dodgers are really offering him that much money. I heard it from a reporter who writes for the Padres. He said it on a live podcast too. Well, but when was this though? It's hard to say that. Like, if that was when Soto was on the team, it's different. But it's like an ex boyfriend or ex girlfriend, right? Now that the person don't want to be with them anymore, they bad mouthing them and talking all this, right? But when you was with him, you was loving them. So I don't know. Sometimes you got to take some of that stuff with a grain of salt. Who knows, really? Who really knows? Think all the stuff with all the that he had problems with a security guard and all this other stuff. Look, he debunked it himself when they asked him. He said, "No, man, I never had no problems with nobody over there. The Yankees are A1 organization." So, and people running with that for so long, like, oh, the security guards disrespected his mother and all. Look, at the end of the day, he went where the money was at. He went for the he went for the most amount of money, and that's it. And I don't blame that on Cashman either. A lot of people were mad. They're like, "Oh, Cashman's cheap, bro." My man offered him $760 million. Like, what more do you want? You know. At some point, you got to draw the line. Even if he would have matched Cohen, then Cohen would have just outbid him and it would have just kept going. Instead of 765, whatever, it would have ended up to 850, 900. At some point, you gotta have some freaking self-respect and be like, no, this is my line. You gotta draw a line in the sand. And be like, that's it. The greatest base stealer in baseball history. Yes, he was, man. And it's not even close right now. And he did that with the smaller bases. Imagine if he had the big bases like they got now, the pizza boxes. Oh man, he would have been even more dominant. Oh yes, I was sad to hear about his So was I, man. It's like I don't even know why how he passed and everything, but I feel like he was too young. That's how I feel, man. It's sad. May he rest in peace. And condolences to his family. 65. Yeah, 65 is too young. That worries me. I'm 40. That's just 25 years away. Demon D says RIP Ricky Henderson. For sure, man. That's the GOAT in base stealing. Who's a better batter, Carroll or Luis Garcia Jr.? Well, I don't even know who you're talking about. I'll be honest. Oh, Corbin Carroll? Oh, man. Hmm. Luis Garcia? You talking about Luis Garcia or Gurriel? I don't know who you're talking about, man. I'm gonna look it up for you in a second, Aaron. If George was alive, Soto would have been a Yankee. Um, uh, oh, he's with Washington. I didn't even know about these dudes like that, man. Luis Garcia Jr., Corbin Carroll, Luis Garcia Jr., man. His stats look good. I don't know. I would have to do more research, to be honest, because I don't know much about the guy. But if we going based on 2024 stats, then I'm gonna say Luis Garcia. But Corbin Carroll, come on, man. He's a beast. So I don't know. I would have to do more research, Aaron, before I give you an answer on that. If George was alive, Soto would have been a Yankee. Yeah, I don't know about that, man. I really don't. Even George can't outbid Steve Cohen. And you got to think, man. Remember, the George, he didn't have to deal with this luxury tax stuff. He didn't have none of that. So I it's hard to say that, man. I don't think so. I think George would have been like, "Fuck Soto." To be honest, at some point he would have been like, "Whatever, dude. You could walk." I see Cubs flipping Tuck at the trade deadline. Yeah, especially if they in the play, if they in the running or if they in first place, then I doubt they'll do that. But if they're not even contending for a playoff spot, they probably gonna flip him. Not just security said that he didn't get his right Gator. I don't know, man. That whole Soto thing, man. I'm over it. To be honest, like I don't even know I'm speaking about this because you guys want to talk about it, but I don't. I'm over that. It's not even in my mind anymore. Like I don't even care. He went with the money. Exactly. He went with the money. It I wish he didn't, but at the same time, that's his prerogative. He could do what he wants. He earned it. He earned it. So whatever. He's a Met now. He got to live with that. And I truly do believe that the Yankees will win before the Mets do. I really do. When he sees the Yankees in the World Series next year and he's at home, you know, but he won't care because he got 800 million or whatever it was. Oh, yeah, how did try pneumonia? Oh, he died from pneumonia. That's sad, man. Damn, 65. That's still too young to be dying from pneumonia. Pneumonia is scary. I'm telling you. I had pneumonia last year, and it's scary. Especially when you up there in age. When you get up there in age, man, pneumonia will kill you. We could kill anybody. More people die of pneumonia than you think every year, but yeah, I know. That's why I said Corbin Carroll of the D-backs. I know he had a bad year last year, but I don't know. I'm a fan of him, so that's why I said based on the stats, just the stats alone for last year, then that dude Luis Garcia has better stats. But Corbin Carroll 2 years ago. It's a freaking demon. Demon D, let's go Yankees. I believe the Yankees will win before the Mets do. I really do believe that, I think that maybe and I think he won't even care, man. This dude, he's literally almost a billionaire at this point. He's probably a billionaire. You think, well, technically not because he hasn't got all the money yet, but when it's all said and done, man, it's a lot of money. Cam Mama says, I had pneumonia when I was a little kid. I had my pneumonia shot already and I'm 40. I mean, it can hit anybody, man. My son had pneumonia last year. I ended up getting it. That stuff, sometimes it just goes around. Mm. I did not fare well, but I obviously made it. Yeah, pneumonia is no joke. It's scary, especially if you already have like underlying conditions. Oh man, pneumonia it could literally kill you. You know? Donnie Clark, I tell everybody to make sure your shots are in line, like the COVID shots as well. I mean, look, to each their own, man. I don't tell people that because some people they don't believe in vaccines or they don't want to take it for whatever reason, and that's why we live in America, man. It's your choice, right? You know, it's your choice to take whatever you want. Certain things though, especially for like school purposes, you got to get certain shots, but it's a personal choice. If you got the COVID shot or you didn't, that's your choice, and that's how it should be kept, in my opinion. But how long we been on? 136. Anyway, guys, I'm about to sign off here and go start wrapping some gifts because I got a lot of stuff. I don't know if you see the boxes back there. I gotta start working on this stuff and act like I gotta wrap it up, hide it, and then stuff it under the tree at night uh come Christmas morning. So that way they think it's Santa. Santa gets all the credit, right? Ain't that something? But I appreciate you all sticking around. And if you stuck with me this long, then I appreciate it. You're a trooper. Happy holidays to everybody, like Donnie Clark says. I hope everybody has a great Christmas or whatever it is you celebrate. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. And let's bring in the New Year's, bring it in right. I don't know if anybody has New Year's resolutions. Mine's I gotta get back in shape, man. I'm fat, bro. I'm out of shape. So that's something I'm gonna work on. And again, I apologize for the absence. It's only been a week, but it felt like forever, right? But life happens. I was feeling under the weather. I promised that I'm gonna try to at least do like 2 to 3 per week, if possible, right? Again, happy holidays to everybody. I love you guys. I really do. And I really appreciate you all. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't. And I'll see you guys. I'll see you next time.